What's up, guys? Okay, here once again. Alright, so this is another day in my life where I get to analyze the markets with you guys. I decided to always give out little, what I call it a mini vlog, right? How I spend my day most times, and I mean, you guys requested for it, and I'm here to deliver as always. So today being Wednesday, right? Today being Wednesday, the 4th of September, I just want to give you guys an insight. I just woke up a few minutes ago because I had a very long day. So I just said, okay, let me just come out here. I'm already on my screen, and yeah, I changed my environment a little bit. I'm contemplating on how to improve or change, just spice things up a little bit around my workstation. Right now, this is not really my workstation. This is more like my boardroom where I hold meetings with my team and do other things, right? So I just decided to come to the boardroom and work a little bit. So I'm here currently sitting in front of my system, or let me just quickly show you guys around. All right, so this is currently my screen, and currently this is just the new workspace. All right, nothing serious. So I'm still trying to fix one or two things. So but this is my screen, so let's get right into it and see what we have for today. All right, guys, Echo here once again. So like I was saying, this is just one of the one of the pairs I've been looking out for, and I've been looking out actually, and this is Swiss franc Japanese yen, CHFJPY, right? So I was actually analyzing it, and I decided to share here for those people that might want to trade this, and also just to give little insight and help you guys see things differently. So overall, I like to analyze the market from the higher time frame. That's the external. That's for ICT or smart money traders, from the external down to the internal, right? So on the weekly time frame, you can see how price has just been delivering. Like, although we're bullish overall, we broke this level, kept going without a retest, went up, we're just going up for several reasons. So right now, what am I expecting? I've seen that price already got to this point on the weekly and sold off drastically, got to this point, leaving us with liquidity around this area, right? Leaving us with liquidity around this area. So right, leaving us with liquidity around this area. This is on the weekly. And now you guys can see how price around this area, price gave us a solid fair value gap around here, right? No, sorry, not fair value gap. Give us a solid order block around here. This is on the weekly time frame, right? And give us a solid order block around there. This is now. Let me just bring it down to the daily time frame, so we'll see things even more clear. So now, after price has given us this, I can still spot out an FVG around here. But now it is not valid because we already broke it, and I didn't see any major thing to show concern. Yeah. So right now, what am I expecting to see? In my own opinion, right, I still expect us to still go down, sweeping out, taking out all this liquidity resting around this area. That's for the trend line liquidity, if I'll put it like that, because now we have different types of liquidity. We have the trend line liquidity, and I just don't want to go in depth into it, but we have several types of liquidity, and I obviously teach them in my mentorship on my inner circle. So on the daily time frame, we can still see how price had already given us, or has given us a daily high, which I spotted out here, which I indicated here also. And now we have, meaning price refused to break the daily high, meaning this place is going to be very difficult. If price should break it, we might just keep pushing up back, right? So, and now mind you, this pair is very volatile, rather very liquid, right? So, and the pip count is very high. Take for instance, you took this trade from here, just this move from here to this point is giving us almost 200 and something pips, right? It's giving us 200 and something pips already. So Now, price refused to break this point. It kept pushing with this heavy candlestick here. With this heavy bearish candlestick. Got to this point, filled up the fair value gap. Good. You can see a fair value gap around here. You can see the fair value gap around here. Price tapped into it, like rather created a fair value gap that has not been tapped into yet. Right. So this is now on the daily. On the daily, we've seen that okay, weekly is telling us bearish, daily is telling us bearish. What's the 4 hours telling us? Let's get right to it. So the 4 hours is also telling us we still have tendencies of still pushing downwards, although at some point we've taken out this liquidity around here. Right? We've taken out this liquidity around here, this sell side liquidity around here. Let me bring it down to the 1 hour so you see clearly. We've taken out this sell side liquidity around here. Sell side liquidity around here like this, right? Taking out the sell side liquidity. And now what do we expect? Now I'm expecting to see that price taps. Remember I said there was a fair value gap here on the 4 hours time frame. So I'm expecting to see price most likely give us something like this, right? And sell off back, right? Tap into this fair value gap and sell off back. Reason, because one, all these choppy movements I'm seeing the market do here, all these movements, I'm just saying it creates liquidity, to be very honest, right? I'm just saying price create liquidity. Now people will start buying right? People will start buying once they start saying, okay, it has given us a higher high, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now, when price gets to this point like this, people will call this, at this point, they'll call it a break of structure because it has gone up. Now, for those that also trade break and retest, they'll call it a break, a retest, and they keep buying. Now, I would say if you want to buy around this area, just short term buy, long term sell. In my opinion, short term buy, long term sell. So even if you want to start buying from this point like this, let's say you wait for price to get here. Probably you use a buy stop or you use a buy limit. You put your limit here. I don't really like using big stop losses, right, to trade. So even if you take a trade around here, risky 20 pips and catch something like this, this is 150 pips, 1/6. That's a good one, a good trade actually, right? So now another thing I'm actually looking forward to see now, for price to take out this liquidity here that is building here, this is obviously a trendline liquidity, right? Like I said before, we have different types of liquidity. We have the supply and demand liquidity, but that is not really, anybody can come up with any name for anything in trading and just give it one silly name, right? Trading is supposed to be very easy and just go straight to the point, call it what it is or what you feel comfortable calling it or what you understand. No need for too much complications in it. So now we've seen confluence number 1, a liquidity build, right? What are we expecting? Liquidity sweep. So it's more like, I won't call it an AMD. AMD, that's accumulation, manipulation, distribution. No, I won't call it an AMD. So I like to call this impulse, right? Impulse. We moved with impulse in the sense that we moved with force, right? Impulse, it comes down heavy, right? Correctional move that you're seeing like this, right? Then continuation. So impulse, correctional move, right? Continuation. I don't know if that makes sense. So I call it the ICC. Impulse, correction, right? Continuation, ICC. Now we've seen that okay, this is our area of interest. I mean, okay, our 4 hours fair value gap / our area of interest. Good. So now we're waiting for price to get into this point. So what do we do? Another confluence we need to see is now, if you look at this thing, this is the 1 hour time frame. Now, price has given us this.
Now, in my own opinion, I would say price is actually giving us something like a head and shoulder, rather, not an inverse head and shoulder, a head and shoulder. Let me also explain that right now. So we can see left shoulder, neckline, head, right? Currently, we're trying to get, well, price is trying to give us a right neckline, shoulder, and boom. So you guys have seen how many confluences now we have here. Number one, we have given you guys the direction of the market, which is structure, obviously. Now we've talked about liquidity, right? And now we've talked about the continuation, head and shoulder, and all of the pattern rather. So for those people that like to trade chart patterns, fine, price actions, fine, all these things, you've seen how all these things is playing out just like that, right? This is just the power of the edge strategy. It helps you understand the market differently and see things differently. Now, like I was saying before, now price has shown us that, okay, this is trying to give us a head and shoulder. Now, this doesn't mean that it must give us. Price can choose to get to this point and just keep selling, right? Price can just get to this point and just keep selling. Doesn't mean we'll just jump into this trade because we expect price to come here and then it must come here. No. So we'll wait patiently to see how price reacts around this area. And if price refuses to come up to this point, we'll wait patiently, get our confirmations, right? Or confirmations before we take a trade. We won't just jump into the trade because price has said is bearish. We'll jump into it, start selling. No, we don't trade like that here, right? So also, now we've seen that, sorry, now we've seen that, okay, our target is somewhere around here. So we can just say, okay, if price should get to this point, let's just say around here or here, price should get to this point. Not risking so much. Let's just say 20 pips. If price should get to this point, and we are to target at least this. This is not bad actually, if you ask me. We choose to target this, right? This is not bad. If price should just get to this point and we choose to target this, it is not bad. We can use this to secure the even one move. This is about 552.6 pips. That's a lot. Even if you use 0.001 or 0.01 on this guy, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's good profit. I mean, you will flip your account in multiple places. So another pair we'll be looking out for is GBPUSD. All right. So GBPUSD. Okay, good. I sent out this trade, although we didn't take it because price didn't give us, it didn't come into our POI, our point of interest. So we didn't take this trade. But most of my people took this trade from here. They started selling, right? Because I already sent out a buyers and the forecast. That was on Monday. I sent out the forecast and I said I was expecting to see price take out this liquidity. Now, I always lay emphasis, I always hammer on liquidity. Many of you might want to ask, but then why I always talk about liquidity is because liquidity moves this market. Without liquidity, what we're trading is money. And what is money? What is liquidity? Money, obviously. So wherever there's more liquidity, that's where the market tends to go tap into first before it does any other thing. Meaning, if price is saying overall we are bullish, right? I'll tell you something. Price is saying we're bullish, for instance, right? Price is telling us that we're bullish. Let's say, for instance, right? Now, we have liquidity resting around all these areas. Price will obviously find way to check it very well. Price will look for a way to start taking out all those liquidity here. You will start seeing it. It doesn't mean that price changed direction or anything. No, it is just obviously trying to build up, sweep out liquidity rather. It's just trying to sweep out liquidity, nothing serious. It doesn't, so you just need to train your eyes to see where liquidity is resting first before before taking a trade. You need to just see where liquidity is resting first before you take a trade, right? So I told my Telegram members, I said I'm expecting to see a build up in liquidity around this area. Now, this is trendline liquidity building up, right? We had a high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal low, right? So most likely we might see price do this and do this. But overall, I was just expecting to see price build up liquidity. Now, price gave us from the internal, we had a liquidity build up, which price took out liquidity here. You can obviously see it. Price took out the liquidity here, swept out liquidity. Like I said, the closest space where liquidity lies is where the market will tap into. So obviously, this was the closest space. So my guys, my members, most of my members started selling and they took out this profit because I really price was somewhere around there. I told them I'm expecting to either see price tap into this place or keep selling. So most of them took the sell and they jumped out, sent me screenshots and all. So overall on this guy, we're looking bullish. Yes, overall on this guy. So now you don't want to really counter trade the trend, right? You just need to work with it. Now, what is price saying? Price gave us this high, tapped into this for those that trade break and retest. That broke the demand, went into supply, came back into demand, and now broke the supply. Automatically, this is changing polarity. So change one as price got into this point, broke out this supply, which you guys call the resistance, broke it, and currently it wants to tap into this place again, just similar to what it did here. Are you seeing how the market is playing out? The same thing, similar to what it did here. Broke out, now it's coming back into this place to tap it and continue buying. So for now, on GBPUSD, I'm also expecting to see a sweep in liquidity, probably get into this place, come here and continue buying. So GBPUSD, short-term bearish, long-term bullish. What other pair would I be looking out for? Let's see BTC, right? BTC will be wrapping it up with BTC. Then we'll get to do other things we have to do. So BTC, good. BTC for me, I was expecting to obviously see a buy now, right? I was expecting to see a buy into this region. Now I didn't take this trade. I only took the sell. I took the sell here and I was waiting for confirmation. But then without confirmation, I won't take a trade. So overall, I was saying I was expecting to, I was bearish on this guy. I had my target and price got into my first target. You can see it here around the 48.900 region, right? I have my next target. Yes, I have my next target to see price get into. So I want to see price obviously still sell off very well, right? So we got into the first target here and we went back up. Like I said, liquidity again. I said wherever there's liquidity, that's where the market tends to tap into. And that's why you see most times people get to enter the market too quick. Not because your analysis were wrong, but you entered too quick. Most times you say, price just got into your, hit your stop loss and reversed. It's because you didn't pay attention to liquidity properly. If you had paid attention to liquidity, train your eyes and probably get a mentor that you resonate with, a mentor that you can really, you literally see yourself in him. And also you see that you share a lot of similarities with him. Far from, this is not me trying to pitch mentorship to you guys to come and no, far from even coming to me. I might not even fit into that space you think for that space or that person that you think is worthy enough to mentor you. It must not just be me. You can just look for a mentor you resonate with. So not to digress from what we came here for. So I said wherever there's liquidity, that's where the market tends to tap into first. Overall, we've seen that, okay, price is already consolidating in this area and price just swept out liquidity because liquidity, we had lots of liquidity around this area. Price swept it out and went back. So you can see what price just did here. Consolidated, right? You can see it now, it broke out. So I would explain what happened here. And so now we've had a high, lower low, lower high, lower lower high, lower low, lower high. Yet we're targeting another lower low, probably another lower high. You get? Then we'll continue seeing this. That's what I'll be expecting to see on this guy. So overall for BTC, I'm saying we're still bearish. Yes. I mean, I called this when price was still, literally called this thing from every point. You can see it, just that I've cleared a few of my charts, but you can see how I called it from this point, right? From where exactly? When price got to this point, somewhere, I can't remember, but that was when the bear market was still heavy. I called it out till this point. I and my team, we kept milking the market. And when we got to this point, I said I was expecting to see price buy up again. Now, price beat my expectation because when I got to this point, I was expecting to see a reversal around this point of 50K. But now, price gave us this and bought instead, gave us an extension, created an all-time high, right? Beating the previous high. So now what do we expect? We need to see more plunge to the downside and before we continue seeing all-time highs more. So let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's wrap it. Let's wrap it up a little bit. So now we can see that okay, when price gave us this, I was already saying after price met all the criteria I was expecting, I sent out this trade, I guess. Okay, I didn't send it out to the public channel. I sent it out to my private members and my entities. I said I was expecting to see price sell off, and price obviously sold. I guess this was sometime around midnight. It was midnight. I can't remember the day exactly. Not too long ago, a few days back. So I said I was expecting to see price obviously sell off. Price sold off, gave us 1:5.5, which is a good thing. And when price sold off, I was waiting to catch the buy. I was actually waiting. I got this. The confirmation was not okay for me. I said, okay. At the point when price created this, I was not active. So I said, okay, I'll wait for price to just come back into this point. But price didn't. He just decided to sweep out liquidity. I just closed my pending order and just decided to leave. So I'm going to take this out because it didn't hold. Right? It didn't hold. So I'm going to take it out. So for me, now we'll say that price has given us a direction now, like has shown us that, okay, I'm bearish. So what do we expect? Even if we want to see price want to come up again, we can just see price do this for us. Right? We might just see price buy a little bit and continue selling on GBP, on BTC USD. So guys, we've come to the end of this particular analysis of this video. I would just want you guys to do me well by subscribing, hit the subscribe button, like this video, share, and also feel free to join my Telegram community. The link will be in the description of this video. And if you're interested in mentorship or free signals, even for free signals, I offer free signals on my Telegram channel. And if you're interested in my mentorship, feel free to hit me up in my DM. Follow me on Instagram at prince_echo2. On Instagram at prince_echo2. Let me type it out. Prince_echo2. Right? This is it. Prince_echo2 on IG. And on Twitter at Prince. Okay, let me do it this way. X, sorry, not Twitter. Prince Echo 2 on X, which was formerly known as Twitter. So on X at Prince Echo 2. Just do it to follow me up. If you have any question relating to trading, feel free to hit my DM. I'm going to answer you guys sporadically. As you already know, guys, Echo is active. See you guys in our next video.